A very good morning to all of you. Today, myself Dr. Faria Fatma, and today I am going to teach you a topic, cell and its organelles, that is related with the biochemistry topic. Before starting, we must know that what are cells. Cells are the structural and functional unit of life. That is, everything that is alive in this universe, it has cells because all the important physiological reactions are going to take place. The cell was first discovered by a scientist Robert Hooke in 1665 using a microscope. The cell theory, which was invented by Chavan in 1839, states that all the organisms existing in the world are made up of one or more cells. The cell is the basic unit of all organisms, and the new cells comes from old cells with the help of a process, cell division. In this world, there are two types of cell, prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. If we will study the prokaryotic word, it states that pro means primitive, karyo means nucleus. So the word says primitive nucleus or underdeveloped nucleus. Same, eukaryotic cell, eu means true and karyo means nucleus. This defines true nucleus, that is, those organisms which have a nuclear membrane over their nucleus are come under the eukaryotic cell. Prokaryotes. Prokaryotes does not have a nucleus or membrane bound organelles. So their DNA is locked into the cytoplasm and can move from one place to another place. It is very simple in structure. The examples are bacteria and archaea group. Eukaryotic cells. Eukaryotic cells have the nucleus that is enclosed within the nuclear membrane. Flagella and cilia, which are the locomotory organs, are present in eukaryotic cell. The cell wall is the outermost covering, and this cell contains various cell organelles like endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondria, Golgi bodies, several structures also like vacuoles, lysosomes, and ribosomes, which are ATS in sedimentation coefficient. The examples are fungus cell, plant cell, and animal cell. The things which are similar in both the cells are that it have cell membrane, cytoplasm, several cellular organelles and DNA, but there exist lots of differences in the size of the cell. Like prokaryotic cell usually have 0.2 to 2 micrometer in diameter, while eukaryotic cell have 10 to 100 micrometer in diameter. The nucleus, the membrane enclosed organelles are absent in prokaryotes while they both are present in eukaryotes. Flagella consist of two protein building blocks while in eukaryotes it is complex and consists of multiple microtubules. The plasma membrane that is present in prokaryotes don't have any steroids, but it is present in the eukaryotic cell. The cell division is mostly binary fission in prokaryotes, while in eukaryotes it is by mitosis cell division. The first structure which we are going to take into consideration is cell wall. Cell wall are non-living and outermost covering of a cell. They make the cell strong and rigid. It can be tough, rigid, and sometimes flexible and made up of cellulose, hemicellulose, and pectin. The thickness may varies from 50 to 1000 angstrom in pectin. The most important functions of cell wall are that they provide definite shape, strength, rigidity. They prevent drying of cells. They help in controlling cell expansion, and they also help as a protective layer around the cell so that the external pathogens cannot attack on them. The second important structure is your cell membrane. The cell membrane holds the cell together and allows nutrients into the cell. It consists of a very thin elastic outermost structure that consists of bilipid layer embedded with either integral proteins or peripheral protein. The most important characteristics of cell membrane is its selective permeability. That is, it allows only several molecules to come into the cell while several molecules to go out of the cell. The main functions of cell membrane is protective and its digestive nature. Cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is a thick, gel-like, semi-transparent fluid that contains cytosol, cell organelles, and cytoplasmic inclusions bounded by the plasma membrane. This cytoplasm is usually divided, formed by the Next is your mitochondria. Mitochondria releases energy from the food, that's why it is also known as powerhouse of the cell. The energy that is released is in the form of ATP. They can be either filamentous or globular in shape. The components of mitochondria are outer membrane, inner membrane, intermediate space, cristae, and matrix. The membranes are usually made up of phospholipids and integral or peripheral proteins. Nucleus. Nucleus is one of the largest organelles found in the cell and it contains the DNA. The nucleus controls all the cellular hereditary information responsible for protein synthesis, cell division, growth, and differentiation. In this figure, you can see the red dot-like structure known as nucleus. If you enlarge the nucleus, you will see that this nucleus is covered with a nuclear envelope or nuclear membrane. The nuclear membrane contains lots of pores so that the internal matter can go outside. These nuclear pores are very helpful in the transmission of the DNA genetic information from nucleus to cytoplasm. This nucleus contains a blue ball-like structure that you can see, that is a nucleolus. It helps in the synthesis of lipids or proteins. Chromosomes. Chromosomes contains stretches of DNA known as genes. Genes basically transfers the hereditary information from one generation to the other. This helps in controlling all the important cellular activities like metabolism, protein synthesis, growth, and cell division. The nucleolus that synthesizes RNA to constitute ribosome, and it helps in storing the hereditary information in the gene. Endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum is basically a network of tubular and vesicular structure which are interconnected with one another throughout the cytoplasm. It usually helps to move materials around the cell. There are two types of endoplasmic reticulum, smooth and rough. The smooth endoplasmic reticulum basically lacks ribosomes, while rough have attached ribosomes on their surfaces. The endoplasmic reticulum gives internal support to the cytoplasm. They secrete secretory proteins and membrane. They sometimes synthesize lipids and they help in the storage of calcium ions. Next important cellular organelle is your chloroplast. Chloroplasts are only present in the plant cell. They are also a double membrane bound organelles found and have chlorophyll that makes the plant green in color. The chlorophyll component helps in making food from the sunlight. They are usually spherical or discoidal in shape. They contain two distinct regions, the grana and the stroma. The grana are the stacks of thylakoids and the stroma is a colorless, dense fluid. This organelle helps in the procedure of photosynthesis. Its main functions are to convert light energy into chemical energy in the form of food and to provide green color to the leaves and vegetables. Golgi apparatus. It is an organelle in the cell that is responsible for sorting and correctly shipping the protein produced in the endoplasmic reticulum. That is, the proteins which are formed in the endoplasmic reticulum are now sorted with the help of Golgi apparatus. Not only sorting, they also helps in packaging of the protein. Their main functions is modification, sorting, and packaging of materials or proteins synthesized in the cell. They deliver synthesized material to various targets. They produce vacuoles and secretory vesicles, and they also helps in the formation of plasma membrane and lysosomes. Vacuoles. Vacuoles are spaces having single membrane sac filled with liquid or sap. The outer membrane of the vacuole is known as tonoplast. In animal cells, they are small and few in number, while in the plant cell, they are large and more in number. The main functions of vacuoles are that they store various substances including waste products, they maintain osmotic pressure, they store food particles, and they also provide turbidity and rigidity to plant cells. Lysosomes. Lysosomes have a diameter of somewhat 250 to 750 nanometer. They are usually irregular structures surrounded by the unit membrane. They are also known as suicidal bags because their interior is kept acidic by the action of proton pump. Lysosomes are basically cell hydrolysis and they function best at the acidic pH. Vesicles. Vesicles are small sacs that surround material to be moved into or out of the cell by the process either phagocytosis or pinocytosis. Ribosome, the most important component that helps in the synthesis of protein. They are basically the site of protein synthesis, processing, and packaging. They are mainly present in protein-forming cells such as pancreatic cells, goblet cells, antibody-producing plasma cells, nucleus granules of nerve cell, and etc. These ribosomes are made up of two units, a small subunit and a large subunit. When they both get combined, they form a complete set of ribosomes. They help in the synthesis of protein, protein segregation, fatty acid unsaturation, and in muscle contraction. So in this slide, you people have learned regarding the functions of cell membrane, cell wall, chloroplast, chromosome, nuclear membrane, nucleus, mitochondria, cytoplasm, and vacuoles. Hope so. It gives an insight on the overview of cellular organelles. Thank you so much. We will meet you again for the next slide.